Inside my amniotic sac there were drawings all over it. Not by accident, of course, who swallows a pencil by accident? And no, I'm not crazy. For the past few days, I keep looking at this sketch I drew a year ago and cannot help but see it in a different color combination, and specifically red, green and pink. At this point, it turned into an obsession. I simply cannot pass by it and not think of redrawing it. Since I started to see this alternative version of the sketch, I can't unsee it. It's driving me nuts, and it will continue until I will act on it. I know, this may seem like a Delulu symptom, but being an artist is by itself a not very sane world, so I'm fine. Anyway, today was the last job, so I sat down to recreate my sketch. And I must say, this is extremely unlike me. I am drawing and painting my entire life. Literally. I was born with a pencil in my hand, and inside my amniotic sac there were drawings all over it. I'm a little bit upset with the doctors because they didn't take some basic photos of my sketches. What if they had potential of becoming future masterpieces? Now I'll never know what ideas did I have, what inspired me back then. Yeah, very disappointing. Of course, you didn't hear about this case because everyone got shocked, it was classified, and no one ever talked about it ever again. Anyway, this happened because my mom swallowed the pencil while she was pregnant with me. Not by accident, of course, who swallows a pencil by accident? The reason was because she wanted me to start practicing as soon as I grew my right hand. So yeah, I am totally not with you right now. Later in 2018, I turned this hobby of mine into a career and started practicing art professionally. By professionally, I mean the moment when I started to have international sales, clients list, as well as group or solo exhibitions. And I'm telling you, during all this time, I never, and I mean not even once, have I redrawn something twice. Wow, it flowed nicely. Okay. Anyway, I wasn't even sketching my paintings beforehand. That's how bad this situation was of me refusing to waste any extra time on the same concept, idea, or even image. Back then I was just young and hungry to experience and recycle through my imagination and my hand as many ideas and concepts as possible. I was like a maniac, jumping from one idea or project to the next big one, even if it meant that the previous one remained unfinished. And it is true that the 90% of the paintings from 2012 to 2017 are still unfinished. Maybe that's the reason why I couldn't start selling earlier, because I simply didn't have ready-to-go paintings, basically. After a very long sideline, let's get back to my sketch. And now I hope you understand how unusual it is for me to redraw the same image the second time. I guess it is because now I'm more mature, and for me at this point it's more important to go deeper into researching and exploring the concepts I'm coming up with rather than jumping to new ones. I'm not in a rush anymore. The quality and the extent to which I'm developing and building my art is what brings me satisfaction now. And if expanding a concept means redrawing it even 100 times, it is worth for me doing so. And because of this change in mindset, I feel that my art matured as well. Because art is a reflection of the artist and the way he or she is growing. In this second variation of the sketch, I wanted to experiment with a more conceptual look. In the first one, my colors are more on a natural side and closer to reality. Skin is skin, like sky is sky. Is blue. Cactuses are of a more natural and earthy green. And this reflects a fear I always had of going far from reality and overall trying to keep it safe. So that's why now I specifically wanted to experiment with bolder and brighter colors. I didn't have the goal to make it better, I just wanted to make it different. Analyzing any art in terms of better or worse is such a superficial way of looking at things because each piece of art has its own goal and reason for existence. This one has the role to explore a different color combination and help me develop the trust and comfort of going more conceptual and risky. And I think it achieved its purpose.
Yeah. Hey, new beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, move G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Getting right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top, bullshitting. All I needed was a mic. Yeah. Hey, pass the rock, it's all butter. Pack your bags and take flight. Don't worry, it's all covered.
This painting captures a character who visualizes her or his final and biggest goal on the top of that mountain. He knows that the time for action is now. He doesn't want to miss his train. Maybe he sees himself on that train or sees others not missing it. At the same time, there is a long way in front of him, with no rewards and no insurance, but judging, curious, or simply ignorant eyes watching him. Whole another worlds buzzing around him. Countless life stories and possibilities happening at the same time. Is he on the right path? Will he or she have the courage to remain true to his or her dreams and ambitions? Or is it too heavy to bear? I like to think of this painting as a daily reminder or even a motivation catalyst for those low days when the road in front of you is too long and the eyes around you are too heavy. Let's do a practice together, shall we? Imagine an utopian world where everyone gets everything they ever wanted. There is peace, happiness with no pain and no suffering. Now, imagine a dystopian world where everything is the complete opposite of what everyone ever wanted. Imagine being in between these two worlds. This is the place where I create my paintings and tell my stories. A parallel dimension where everything is possible. There is no such thing as absolute good and evil. A world that just is. A world where the balancing scale is in the viewer's hand. The viewer of my paintings decides towards which part of the story will gravitate to. This painting has a potential to become an utopian story or a dystopian one, and I honestly couldn't care less which way it will go. For me personally, this moment of tension and high emotional charge is what matters the most and what I want you to feel when interacting with my art. When I'm painting, I'm representing decisive moments frozen in time with no outcome or conclusion. This part of the story is on you, the one who is looking at my art. If you crave a resolution, then create it. The balancing power is in your hands. I wonder if there is a connection between my self-worth, confidence, and the way I choose and create my colors. This may seem weird, but I've been analyzing my recent paintings and cannot help but see how drastically different my color choices, saturation and brightness is now compared to the old ones. I always tended to mute and desaturate my colors as if I was trying to hide and diminish myself. Now, of course, I'm in a much better place when it comes to my state of mind and mental health in general. I worked really hard to get here, and it's interesting how now I start seeing results even through my art.
Step, scars on my heart, no regrets. They say love ain't war, well bet. Still on guard, who next? God tag swing when I step, scars on my heart, no regrets. They say love ain't war, well bet. Still on guard, who
I'm the type
next?
of man to stay in a relationship. If the love ain't really real, I'm good at faking it. Recent ex, she still around cause she my favorite. Girl, let's go on how we feel, we shouldn't label this. Oh, you like a bad boy, okay, I'm dangerous. Oh, you want a thug nigga, then I'm banging it. Oh, you like a nice guy, okay, let's hang again. I'd rather throw on any mask to feel that pain again. Damn. Keep riding and keep sliding. Why you taking so offensive on days when I need silence? Trust the issues weighing me heavy, that's inside it. Love had me out here bleeding, I kept fighting. Saw the ugly truth in these women, I kept trying. Removing all my pride and my scars, they kept lying. Seeking after love, but I question what it means. Ain't no medals for the wounded, just reminders of the feet. So my
God tag swing when I step, scars on my heart, no regrets. They say love ain't war, well bet. Still on guard, who next? God tag swing when I step, scars on my heart, no regrets. They say love ain't war, well bet. Still on guard, who next? God tag swing when I step, scars on my heart, no regrets. They say love ain't war, well.
When I want to add or change something in my paintings, I usually import a photo of it in Procreate app and experiment there with whatever I want to add or to change. This way I avoid potentially ruining it. And also in Procreate I can create multiple variations and then choose the final one to go with. We are in the middle of September now. How should I put it? I f***ed up my challenge. There is really no way around it. So for those who didn't watch my first vlog, I started a challenge at the end of August to finish 3 paintings in 3 weeks. And of course, because I had zero preparation, I lost a week waiting for my whale medium delivery. But I still had hopes to finish 2 paintings in 2 weeks. It's basically the same thing, just -1, and this would have been still a very successful result. But I miscalculated how much I'll have to still work on them. So I wrongly assumed that they are like 90% done. Because I got stuck at some point and I literally didn't know what to do next. So the rational conclusion will be that they are mostly done, just needed a few tweaks and details and they're ready to go, right? Well, wrong. In reality, they were like halfway through tops. So yeah, after realizing it, I had to make a choice. One was to force and rush them in 2 weeks with a very high chance of just ruining them. Or the second was to just humble myself and accept my fail as it is and continue working on them for as long as it will be needed. I chose the second one. Making good art is my priority after all. But overall, this situation is not quite as it seems. Even though I failed it result or outcome wise, I still consider it being a success. And no, I'm not crazy. I know what a successful challenge means. The challenge that achieves its purpose. And the real purpose of my challenge were not the paintings. It was to help me get out of my creative block and just start painting again. Judging by this, I would say it achieved its purpose 100% because since I started this challenge in August and I got back to painting and back to my routine, I didn't stop. Also, another happy consequence of me deciding to start that challenge was starting filming these YouTube vlog videos. I am already on my second episode and I even have footage for my third one. So compared with my previous YouTube attempts, this time consistency is on the horizon. I can see it. I would easily say that this is not only a success, but even a double win. Now I'm still working on my unfinished paintings, and I think by the next month they will be done. And I already have new canvases for my next paintings that I will start in October. Yeah, so overall, this challenge was not a very serious one. I randomly woke up one morning and decided to start this challenge with no preparation or planning or whatsoever. So yeah, super random, but still extremely impactful.